All right, all right, all right. Look what I have right here. It is a good day. We are going to be talking about a BMW Isetta 300. And for those of you that actually follow my annoying Instagram, you knew that this was just a matter of time before I rolled this thing out. Yes, yes. I've been showing a couple of photos of the progression. It's had a pretty intensive restoration project, and now it's done. Done enough that I drove it over here, and it does not have an easy stick shift, I'll tell you that much. So, the BMW Isetta. Love this bubble car. I really do love this bubble car. This bubble car is also the reason that the Mini came around too, by the way. Leonard Lord set to task Sir Alex Igonis simply because, well, I mean, there was some business involved, but mostly because he hated German bubble cars like this one. We didn't have much in common because I love German bubble cars. Okay, before I get too off task, let's start at the beginning. I'm first going to talk about the beginning history of where the Isetta came from, and we'll do a spin around the car, and then I'll tell you when BMW came into play, okay? Now, the Isetta all started way back when a refrigeration unit manufacturing company named Isothermos decided after World War II to stop making refrigerators. They're like, hey, we could maybe make more money if we were doing scooters, motorcycles, and then maybe even cars. And they did. They were managed, owned. The president, Renzo Revolta, smart guy, clever guy. He said, hey, I would like a small car that could be mass manufactured. He set that task to two very talented designers at the I didn't even tell you what Isothermos changed its name, and it is Isothermos Spa. That's what happens when I jump into my little mind maze. So, Isothermos turned into Isothermos Spa, started making cars, motorcycles, etc. Now we're back on track, okay? Renzo Revolta said, let's make this small car. Those two designers came up with this very talented, very fantastic little egg-shaped boy wonder of a car. 1953, it was debuted at the Turin Auto Show. Everybody loved it. They were like, oh my God, where'd this crazy little egg car come from? It's wonderful. It's not a sexy car, but it's a cool car. Everybody loved it. Renzo's clever self said, what if we licensed this goofy little Isetta? And Isetta means Iso, basically little Iso in Italian. He licensed it across the globe. Like, I'm talking everywhere. First off, Germany, right? France, Belgium, Brazil, Argentina, the UK. I'm missing one of them, I'm pretty sure. So there were a lot of car manufacturers across the globe that were making this same odd little egg-shaped design. I like to think about that. Before we go for a spin though around this car, I'm going to tell you also that Iso made not just this goofy little thing, but they made some pretty badass cars later on. There would be the Iso Grifo, okay, and then the Iso Revolta, and the Revolta won a Le Mans with a 327 Ci Chevy in there at one point. So you should Google those cars too. It's kind of fun to compare his goofy little car to the rest. Renzo Revolta, you did good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and look around this car. It's kind of like a weird combination, like an Easter egg, and then something else cute, and then topped on a motorcycle engine, and then toss some pastel colors in there, and then an adorable little two-tone paint scheme. All of it, precious. Now, let's talk about the BMW part and the BMW Isetta, huh? That's what you've all been waiting for. BMW produced the Isetta from 1955 to 1962. It would become the top-selling single-cylinder car ever produced. Cool fact. Now, why the Isetta was such a popular option in Germany and why BMW was like, hey, this is a great thing to sell, is because you could own, operate this car while having just a motorcycle license. That's an incentive right there. Now, yes, this is the Isetta design, but really BMW got this and then owned it. Owned it so much that you cannot have any interchangeable parts between an Isetta and a BMW Isetta. They're two different now. What they did was, when they first got it, they had a 250 model. Now what they did was they put a 247cc single-cylinder, 4-stroke motorcycle engine in there. And it was capable of a whole 12 horsepower, right? Vroom, vroom. And then, within a year, I think it was like 1956, they promptly put out the 300, which is, this is what we have right here today. They put out the 300, which had 50 more cc and able to put out a whole more 13 horsepower. And by that, I mean just one more than the other one. I'm not saying 13 more. Only 13 horsepowers. Yes! You're not hauling in this car, but you're getting where you need to go. All right, we are gonna check out the interior because it's actually fantastic. It looks so good in there and it's brand new. You're gonna love it. Let's do that. All right. You know these selfie sticks, you love them and you hate them, you know what I mean? Okay, so I actually was already playing around with the door, that's why it's like that. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna quickly point out the fact that BMW was one of the few that went ahead and added these kind of exterior pop-up headlights that are oh so precious, yeah. Then you have the BMW emblem, of course, in the center of the hood. Precious little blinkers. We had all this chrome redone. It looks fantastic on here, it really does. This car's turned out fantastic. Good job, Jay. Shout out to you, buddy. We have, this is one of the 300 Moto Coupe Deluxes, which means that they have these cool sliding windows right here. And you can see this, got an open top. Basically, if you get hit from the front, and if you actually survive, then you and your possible passenger must climb out the top if you can. So that never happens though. These aren't exactly real safe cars. You also, this is where the engine is. Separate keys to enter in the engine, the ignition, the doors, you name it. Like it's a whole thing. We have these awesome little brake lights right here. All right, now let's get in the interior, which is completely brand new and beautiful. So you can tell, this is kind of hearkening back to its very early days as Isothermos. This opens just like a refrigerator door now, doesn't it? And you can see the steering column is attached, so it pops up when you go in. And let's go ahead. I got in here earlier. It's not that hard. I'm like 5'7". Voila. Totally comfortable in my BMW Isetta. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna flip this out and show you the interior because it's super cute. Look at this, it's a two-tone seat I'm sitting on. How about that? Okay, I'm gonna flip this over and we're almost done. Because, you know, obviously I did. I'm talking about one of my favorite little cars, the bubble car. Love it. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier because I don't have anything written down and I don't know if I cover everything I want to, but I want to throw this in, okay? This is one of the reasons that we have the Mini Cooper, okay? Leonard Lord of British Motor Corporation positively hated these German bubble cars. He loathed them. So he said, you know what? Also the Suez crisis happened. But I like to think it was mostly because he hated these cars that I'm so fond of. So he said, hey, Sir Alex Igonis, could you make me this fantastic car of specific measurements? And then who knows, maybe it could be the top selling car out of the UK at some point in time, which it was. And also the second most influential car out of the 20th century, right behind the Model T, which it was. So without this precious little bubble car, we may have not quite had the motivation from BMC to create the Mini Cooper. So just a little side story on that. Maybe if I figured it out, I can have my mini video that I've made prior like pop up right here. I don't know, no, I'm not a technology wizard whatsoever. Now, if you like this car, it's pretty freaking fantastic. It's had a full restoration on it. And it's going to be part of the 200 plus cars that are available with the Corpus Christi Old Car Museum auction. All of them are available without reserve, so there's that. Arming you with that information. Kind of crazy, yes. If you would like to see the full catalog and register to bid, you should check out worldwideauctioneers.com. It's a very eclectic mix of rare and classic cars. It's kind of awesome. It's so awesome. Yes. All right. I forgot a beer again. I'm actually late for happy hour, so I feel weird. We can't cheers. I'm not going to forget again.